Happy birthday, Scorpio. This is going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You can have planets in the sign of Scorpio. Some of you are in love with the Scorpio. My daughter's a Scorpio, and I'm very much in love with her. Whatever brought you to the reading, because a lot of you are becoming more intuitively guided to readings, and maybe you don't know why. I feel like the more that you trust your intuition, you'll understand like why you are drawn to certain readings, even though maybe normally you're like, well, that doesn't, like I don't carry that sign. Just trust, because I feel like we are a soul family here, and those who are meant to be here will be here no matter who you are. I hope everyone is doing well. I know this is your birthday month. Hard to really celebrate, right? I know my daughter, many of you know her, she has a YouTube channel, Jenny Love Tarot. Is it Jenny or Jen? I think it's Jenny Love Tarot. Definitely stop by, and if you don't mind, wish her a happy birthday. She's having a very hard time getting through this time period with the homeschooling, and not that she minds. She's someone who, she says she's not going to let her kids go back until she just feels absolutely sure that they're safe. That's her opinion, right? So allow her to have that. But anyway, so, it's affecting her on all levels, financially, emotionally. So send her some love. It's her birthday. If you would, as I send you my love, even to the point of if you plan on sending me a donation, I'd rather you send it to her. Because she really needs it more than I would. And I'm not telling you to, I'm just saying if that is the plan. Alright, let's get into your reading, guys. So, I think I'm going to bring the major arcanas back. You're the first reading for the month of October. No, actually November. Did I say October? This is for November 2020. We're in October because I want to make sure that I have this ready for those who celebrate in the month of October also. My daughter's is the 29th. My ex-husband's is the 31st on Halloween. So fitting. My dad's was the 6th of November. So, a lot of Scorpio in my life, a lot of love in my life. So anyway, we're going to bring back the major arcanas. We're only going to take a few, and then we're going to build upon it. So to me, these really give me an idea of maybe where you're at right now, and then comes the storyline, I feel, with the other deck. So I really love doing it this way. That's why I decided to do it another month. So this is a great time for you just to calm your mind. Feel free to ask your spirit guides for confirmation, right? To illuminate that confirmation. That's the way I always want to say it. Illuminate the confirmation. I don't even feel you have to invite your spirit guides in. I feel like they're already here. I feel like the way I see it in my mind, it's like my spirit guides going out and reaching, the spirit guides that they need to then start nudging their person towards the reading. That's how I see it. That's how it's being shown to me anyway. So, let's go ahead and begin. taking their good old time. It's funny, when I first started reading tarot, and I would have moments like this where it would take forever for the cards to come out. It used to make me nervous. I don't know why, but it did. And now I find it very calming, especially when I don't talk. I feel like it's a period where maybe we need that moment of silence. So I feel like I'm going to shut up. Exactly the amount I wanted. We have the Empress. Beautiful, strong energy. Look at this. We have the Emperor. Very seldom do I see the Empress and the Emperor coming out together. And then we have Judgment. Excuse me. Right off the bat, boy, does that feel like someone's parents, like watching over, not only each other, but I feel like you. I feel like it's representing family, like family that we've lost, and how, we say lost, but yet they are found, it's like they find each other. Judgment is about a rebirth, right? A call to attention. So I feel like in some way you're being asked to be more present because there's some type of message is trying to reach you. And, maybe you've lost your mother and your father. Whatever this represents to you. And we're going to get much more into it. But I feel right now, this is about a message that's trying to get to you. And it's of the highest energy. And it's like they want your attention now. Okay. Look at this. We had star on the bottom. I wasn't even going to look, but I did. That's about your hopes and dreams. So this may talk about some type of opportunity that wants to come your way, but yet, well, let's find out. Let's find out why you're not seeing something, because I feel like that's what it is. Like, I feel the energy is, this may talk about a current relationship and about, the status of these two people. In the light, wow, what a powerful, powerful relationship. And this can talk about two people who individually had, I hate to say difficult journeys, because much was gained, right? That's how they received their status. It's through everything they've overcome, right? It's almost like they're not someone who would, let's say someone's in danger, a stranger's in danger. There's someone that would go towards that person to help them versus back up or run away like the majority. So I feel that, and I feel that individually, just in like who they are individually, and then you put them together. I like how the Empress, I'm sorry, I like how the Emperor is looking at the Empress, and there is like this admiration. I feel some type of admiration. In the light, these are two people you'd want to have on your side. Why? Because they would have your back, right? They would be more concerned about your interests, maybe your happiness than their own. Or let me even put it a different way. That's what brings them happiness. And again, I feel individually, but yet here they are together, almost like they found each other. Maybe something is about to happen. because again, I feel like there's a sign, if not more than, and let's not forget we have the star up here. I'm not reading these major arcanas as people. I'm reading them as energy, just so you know that. So, do I think it's absolutely in Aries? No, I know it's not absolutely in Aries, although for some, it may be in Aries. Is star, we guarantee that's in Aquarius? No, it's talking about, what the star represents, and that is your hopes, right? And your active part of manifesting that at the same time. And I feel like for some, it's like you're far enough down the road where the ability to manifest should be easier. Um, and you're not done manifesting, you're not done dreaming, right? I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. Anyways, could be it could be an Aquarius, but then again, it probably is an Aquarius, but it's also the energy. For some, it's the Aquarius, is what I mean. All right. Let me stop talking and let's get into this. We have the 3 and we have the 4. 34. Plus 20. 54. Those numbers may mean something to someone. Alright, we have the moon. So, potentially a Pisces. Cancer is the ruler of, or the moon is the ruler of Cancer. Look at this. We have the star card again. And it's interesting because I feel this right from the get-go, like there's some type of sign, there's some type of something that wants to happen for you, and of your dreams. But with the moon here, I feel like you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it. You're not seeing a way in, something. Let's keep going. Look at that. Exactly. With the Eight of Swords. So, let's see what else we have. Look at this. The Empress. It's interesting that the Empress is tied to the Eight of Swords because that's not normally um, her energy. And for some of you, I feel like this is about whether becoming, you may be pregnant and you may have concern, though ultimately I feel like everything's fine. Um, some of you, it may be about becoming a mother. It may be, when is it going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? And I feel like also if there's something you're trying to manifest, but that there's like these walls that exist. It's like I want it, but I'm fearful of it at the same time. The energy, the universe is reading all that energy, right? Because the 8 is about the ability to have a new beginning. And when you're in the 8 of Swords, you want a new beginning, right? It's not energy that you want to live in. That is sometimes I'm only fooling myself in the 8 of Swords, and I'm only holding myself back, but I feel like in some way, like this armor I created is hurting them, but really what it is it's creating a barrier for all that can be. Um, do you know what I mean? But again, in the 8 of Swords energy, especially with the moon here, that's what's wrapped around your dreams. And boy, no wonder the Empress and the Emperor, it's like they had to come out together to I want to say make you hear, but definitely to get your attention, right? And it may be to look at your own energy, right? It may be. I don't know yet, but I'm feeling that. Okay, let's keep going. I feel like someone may be giving someone news of a pregnancy. It's like telling the emperor. But you know, coming out as the empress and the emperor, I feel like why there just seems like there would, you know, that would be good. Maybe I don't know how someone's going to take it. Anyway, it's like you are. I feel like some of you feel like there's a dark cloud over your head. And, you know, I feel like I give all my effort, but yet here's this dark cloud. And, you know, maybe you are giving all your effort, but yet the Eight of Swords still exists. I have my hands tied, right? But they're tied loosely. Like, I can get out of that at any time. I have a blindfold on. So, clearly I don't want to see something. I don't want to acknowledge something. Or, you know, sometimes I don't believe in myself. Sometimes I put a facade on that, you know, you know, I can do it all. But, truth be told, some of you, I feel like, you know, it's like, you know, how much more can I take? And I feel like for you in particularly, again, there is, like this help. There has to be awareness, though. You know, I'm thinking that blindfold has to come off. And what it is probably different things for different people. You know, when I have my hands so loosely tied, that means that I feel stuck, right? I feel like I have no options but to do whatever it is I'm doing. But the truth be told, you can drop those ties. You know, those ties that bind you, you can easily drop them. So this tells me that in one way, you know, I hold myself where I'm at because of myself. Maybe I don't like that, and maybe that's what the blindfold is. You know, because I feel like when the blindfold comes off, you know, the ropes that were binding you just fall down. What follows is the Empress energy again. And to me, it doesn't feel like the Eight of Swords and the Empress go well together. And it's interesting that I have Judgment above the Empress. So, you know, she's very tied to universal energy. Again, if it's someone that has crossed over, you know, and it doesn't have to be a mother. It just, you know, this is someone who's very wise. This is someone who may look at your situation and be like, I get it. You know, I was there. I remember. Um, you know, that type of energy. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Queen of Cups, which definitely represents Scorpio. So it's probably you, like Scorpio. Can be another Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, coming under well, Pisces card, but Cancer's moon. So, Queen of Cups has the moon, which again to me feels like a dark cloud over her head, literally. Literally. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Ten of Cups. Look at this. We have the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups together. That's interesting. I feel like I just had that in a reading. And look at this. We have the World card. So, wow. Does that feel like different, like night and day energy, right? Night and day. I feel like for some, it's like, you know, I don't know that I'll ever get my Ten of Cups, or my Four of Wands. My Four of Wands is my commitment card. It's when two people wouldn't have it any other way, right? They are committed to each other, and then moving into the Ten of Cups energy, wow. Um, that's an energy of harmony and laughter and joy and love, and it doesn't mean life is perfect at all times, but what it is now is, we are a unit. We're a unit. So whatever thrown in front of us, we look at it, we are a unit that will overcome it. Because then you have the World card, so that talks about, it's funny because I felt in this age, with the Eight of Swords, I felt the meaning of the eight, which is a new beginning, and I felt that. I felt that was meant to be. And the World card is the same thing. Now, listen, the World card many times is about the rewards that are at the end of the tunnel, right? At the other side of the rainbow, right? But I have to get there, right? At the top of the mountain. That's where the rewards sit. They don't sit at the base of the mountain, they sit at the top. And I feel like a couple things. I feel like, universal or divine or source, and loved ones that have gone before you. I feel like, that I feel a very active kind of energy here. Um, and I feel like definitely wanting to help be, not help be your guide, but is your guide. But some of you just aren't paying attention. You're just not paying attention. You want what you want, right? It's almost like saying, here it is. However, within the Eight of Swords, there's no way we can have the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Cups together. There's just no way we can have that, right? That Ten of Cups will last a moment. But we have the world next to it, so that's lasting a lifetime, right? And a lot of times it is the thank you for, the willingness to go through that journey and learn the lessons that you learned, and maybe you in some way share them. But nonetheless, wow, because you have the Queen of Cups looking directly at this energy, not away from it. There's no resistance. The only resistance is above her. So I think what we should do is get into the clarifiers. Look at this. We have the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So now we have two eights. Both, not easy energy, right? In the Eight of Swords, this is kind of, I want to use the word fake energy. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. But the Eight of Cups tells us that what needs to be looked at is something within your emotional house. There needs to be healing here. And it makes sense for Scorpio, right? The healing has to happen here. Sometimes that can be simply forgiveness, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. Um, but why? There's a purpose to this. All of a sudden I'm like, okay, here we are, but why? Why do we have to do this? Because there are more more parts of the world to explore, so to speak. There's much more to your life. It doesn't mean you have to be traveling. You know, many of us are from different parts of the world. And I love that, because ultimately it shows me the connection we all have and how we're all connected in one way or another. Like, I see it, I feel it. I kind of feel like I know it. What does that mean? It means you're never truly alone. We have Temperance on the bottom of the deck, so, she's about patience. She's about divine timing, certain things happening, in the right time. Sometimes we want things when we're not ready for them, right? We want them like I want the Four of Wands. I want that type of commitment. However, I have the Eight of Swords here. Again, it's like, how can I fit that energy into that energy and expect it to last a lifetime? I can fool myself, and that would be the blindfold, right? But the reality is the reality. So I have to tell you, this feels a lot like, what I like about the Eight of Swords, let's say, is you put yourself there. It is because of things that have happened in your life, but you put yourself there. So I want you to understand, you put yourself there. That means that you can take yourself out of there, right? It shows you the power of you, right? You can create that Eight of Swords and choose to live that way, right? You can choose to live from the Eight of Cups, where I'm just going to live a miserable emotional life, right? You choose what you want to do. I know that, there's happenstances and, boy, I don't feel like I said that right. Life happens, right? But still, I feel like, it might be a moment by moment thing. I don't know. All right, we're bringing out the crystal vision. Okay, both in reverse. I'm going to turn it around. We have the Four of Swords, which I just find is kind of beautiful because that's our healing card. And look at this. Next to it is the Strength card. So what is this telling you? This is coming from the highest of energy saying to you, there is healing here for you. But a lot of this healing comes from within you. And how do you get that healing if you're responsible? Like, I got to go within me. What does that mean? It means that let's look at it this way. If I'm looking at love, and my love choice is based on what I've had, but I haven't had very good. If I'm aware of that, then maybe I make a different decision. Does that make sense? Because I feel like it's important that you learn the reflection over yourself. Because I feel like when you come to Earth, you're here to find out who you are first. Who are you? Like, who truly are you? Listen, no matter who this Empress and Emperor is, you're attached to them. So, to me, right there is a lot of power. But I feel like that's something they want you to know. Is maybe just the universe wants you to know that the healing is there for you if you're seeking it, right? And that may be part of what kind of might need to happen here. It might be just the one element. It might just be one element, which is the Eight of Swords, that stops the energy from flowing. You know, it's almost like I need to go have Reiki done. But back to up here. So from very high authority, it's saying, learn the power of you. And the power, not just that, but the power you have in your own life. Some things may require sacrifice, but is it worth the sacrifice? Many times it is. Sometimes it's not. Have I done it before? You know, with the same type of person? Well, this time I'm going to be aware. You know, I'm not going to be looking, so to speak, but if the red flags arise, if I'm living in the present moment, like judgment would ask you to, you're much more aware. You see people for who they are, right? As the Empress, there's no fooling you, right? It's almost like here's the energy it's trying to, and maybe you're giving into it a little bit, so therefore it's happening, right? But on the outside, it's the full Empress again, and she's attached to the world. So, you know, like I feel like you play many parts in this reading. I hope you understand how I do tarot. Hang on one second. Whoa, it was weird. I almost lifted my whole table. Okay. All right. We have the Two of Wands. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. And I'm going to put the Seven of Pentacles first because I feel like, you know, it came on the table. And Two of Wands made me work a little for it. Anyway, the Seven of Pentacles coming over Judgment. Again, Judgment, you know, I look at it as your ancestors, whoever that may be. You know, I feel the Empress and Emperor's mom, dad type of energy, but I also feel them in another way. I feel them as their title and why they got that title. You know, and that means that the energy is strong, but it's also compassionate. It's empathetic, right? Empathetic probably because, again, I feel like the Empress separately, the Emperor separately, each have their journey, right? And each of their journey may have been some tough lessons. You know, they may be master numbers. Some of you may have a master number, and it may be, or you're a number 9. I don't know, and that is about life lesson here. Anyway, because the Seven of Pentacles is about your seed of intention, so it's almost like a promise you made to yourself. And the Seven of Pentacles is about harvest time. Harvest time is right now, right? We're entering the harvest moon. Couldn't be it couldn't be any clearer, right? So we're entering into the harvest moon. And then we have the Two of Wands. So for some of you, it is starting you on a path. You know, changing the way you think, maybe of yourself or your situation or what I'm going to do. Nonetheless, Two of Wands is looking out optimistically, right? It's that energy where now I'm ready to give something a chance, but it's coming from an energy of passion. And I don't necessarily mean passion of love. I mean your soul's passion, so your desire. You know, and I feel like someone is now, and again, I feel like it is Source's energy. It is your ancestors' energy that's trying to get your attention to realize it's harvest time. Because they want you. They want you because this is a promise you made to yourself to move forward in something, to believe in yourself, to see that something else is out there for you. And we have the world down here, so, you know, it can only be good, especially with the Ten of Cups right beside it, and the Four of Wands right beside that. We have the Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You know, for some of you, it may be something that you've tied yourself to. Why? Because you may, it may, how do I say this? Somebody could easily, like, tell you things that maybe you want to hear, but you don't know if it's the truth, right? You don't know. There's uncertainty around this energy, some type of communication. It may be you communicating. We have the Eight of Wands. So, you know what? How interesting that the trumpet is coming out really to get your attention. When? Today. Why? Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. You could describe it as chaotic energy. You could describe it as, energy that kind of knocks you off your feet because it comes in fast. What's it bringing? It's bringing something of your dream. It's bringing the seed, right? It's harvest time, and it's time to harvest this seed. It's coming faster than, it's coming sooner versus later. We can't ignore that there seems to be a little cloudiness over it. Because we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, you know what? I kind of feel like the page, first of all, talks a lot about self. And I feel like what this is saying to me is, what are some of the areas that maybe I really need to look at that are affecting who I am? Because I'm feeling you like a warrior, right? But you're not treating yourself as a warrior. So the Page of Swords can be someone it can be you and the way you talk to yourself. The way, like self-doubt. But I feel like, nonetheless, something is still heading your way. It's almost like I want to say, Scorpio, it doesn't matter where you're at, what you're doing, what you're thinking. This is coming. But what you're thinking will determine a lot of things moving forward. First of all, will I even do it, right? Will I do it? Will I do the Two of Wands? Can I see can I see it for what it truly is? Or, is this cloudiness, or maybe refusal to look at certain things going to, well, let's see. I feel like, take me in, leave me where I'm at. Let's leave it that way. For some of you, this is a new way of doing things, a new way of, maybe it's a creative thing for you, and some type of new opportunity, through something I feel like you already love, or you will, given, if you can keep your focus on it. But I feel like a new, like you're being guided a new direction. And I feel very, very good about this direction. We have the Ten of Wands, but Ten Wands clearly wanted to come in reverse, right? So what's the Ten of Wands? Ten of Wands is, number one, it's, it's coming against the Two of Wands. So I feel like what I'm telling myself is, I'm responsible for so much. And if I don't do this, then that'll happen. If I don't do that, then this will happen. Almost like you feel like you've built a house of cards and you're afraid it's all going to come down. You allow all that to weigh upon your shoulders. And I feel like this is what you tell yourself, like, it's my responsibility. However, I feel like in some way, what you're doing, what you're learning with the blindfold for some of you is learning how to say no, when to stop taking on other people's problems as your own. Um, maybe I'm helping someone that I've helped long enough type thing, that I can see it's not going to change anything. I start to take these things off of my shoulder. And what I kind of love is it puts you right back at the Empress energy. So it's saying clearly that, you know, that your sense of, at least what you're telling yourself, sense of responsibility doesn't mean you don't have any responsibilities. What it's saying is you're taking on maybe more responsibility than you need to. And this is you dropping it. This is you saying, in one way, I can talk very negative to myself, right? But this is learning a different way to talk to yourself. This is about building yourself up. And I don't mean in an egotistical way. I mean in a, the truth of the matter. You're starting to feel the energetic flow again, right? What are you doing? It's like cleaning out your closet. Your closet was so packed that not one more thing could fit in there, and maybe you want a winter wardrobe. There's no room. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll get rid of summer. I'll get rid of the summer's wardrobe. And next thing you know, you have a beautiful winter wardrobe. I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm feeling like, Okay, let's keep going. I'm really getting the message here. In one way, like this opportunity, and I do feel this is an opportunity and more because it's sitting over your own dreams. And Seven of Pentacles to me is a promise that you made to yourself. And here it is. Here it is. It's coming after the healing. It's coming, the strength card to me, when it's much like the Hermit. When you, and they're kind of neighbors, right? When you learn, when you feel your power, what is she doing? Taming She's taming the king of the jungle. She's merely a little girl, but she's taming that king of the jungle. Why? It's not because she maybe physically is, but she knows it comes from an inner, it's like David and Goliath. It's like, I don't know why I'm going that far, but it's an energy where, I don't know. I feel like maybe part of self-talk is you think that certain people will think a certain way about you, and the truth of the matter is the people will think about you because they see something in you, right? They see something, but now you got to see it for yourself. It may be a trust. You got to learn to trust yourself. Um, if I've had a lot of bad romances, and here comes another one, it's not about automatically saying no. That's your choice, of course. What it's really about is if I keep myself in the present moment, it's no doubt the present moment has a big thing with it. There's no doubt about dropping some of the things off your shoulders that really didn't have to be there anyway. It was your choice. You felt like it was your responsibility, but I feel like it's not. Some, Lord knows you still have responsibility. But because you're gonna you're gonna drop some of this. I feel like what it's doing is opening up room for this seed to now be harvested. And I feel like I'm repeating myself, but the Empress, she'll certainly take responsibility of her life. But she knows when time is wasted, right? If I'm, if I'm with another and it just is no change and there is no respect, right? The Eight of Swords, she doesn't belong in that energy. It's not her. you know, it's not going to last for, like, the Empress will know, she'll see it, and she will end it. And there's, like, no doubt. So I feel like if you can take on that energy, because ultimately it is your energy, right? It's your higher self. It's the accumulation of your past lives and all that you've been through. And I have to tell you, you know, you may look, this may be minute compared to some of the things that you've been through. And maybe you just need to remind yourself. I don't know. Anyway. Kind of loving your reading, Scorpio. We have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups coming right for the Queen of Cups. Coming for you. So the Knight. Let's talk about the Knight. Now, first of all, the Knight can be a child, right? Can be a child. And maybe it could certainly say there would be two. Maybe two boys. I don't know. But I do feel that there's this, you know, if I've been in some way taking care of them more than I should be, I'm becoming aware of that. So sometimes, you know, I get hurt by, that could hurt more than help. I don't know. I feel like just for someone. Now, let's talk about the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is bringing, his main goal is to bring in this cup. And again, when you think of the Knight and you think of the Emperor, right? The Emperor or the Empress is the one who sends the order. And this Knight is going to complete their mission. They're going to complete it. So it is going to happen no matter what. And that's kind of what I'm feeling over here. No matter what, something is going to happen. He's bringing in a cup that, if nothing else, is filled with joy. So in some way, brings you, I feel like, much needed relief, much happiness, joy. Let's keep going. Look at this. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This may be for some of you. It may be attached also to some type of job offer. Someone helping you to see all that you can be. And I really mean that. For some of you, like, it's you independently want to be able to take care of your home. Your home is your castle. And the Nine of Pentacles talks about building up my foundation. What am I trying to do here? I want to become independent. Right? I want to become independent. And it is where my focus is at. Like, I focus, and this is about success. I you know, wherever that is for you, and whatever it, you know, whatever it's going to be. And again, the Eight of Wands attached to that, and there's that 8 and the 9 again. So there's a lot of closeness. So anyways, the Nine of Pentacles is the energy of success. Someone, I feel like, may come in and offer you an opportunity, or something may click within you. Your heart center might open. I don't know. But I feel like all of a sudden, you know, because this is your seed again. And sometimes, you know, again, I keep talking about the Empress and the journeys that she's had. She's gained a lot. And some of us, it takes a while to, instead of saying, like, poor me, I've had to go through this and I've had to go through this. What have I gained from it? Like, what has it taught me? You know, what does it now put right in front of my face if it shows again, right? You know, it's like no moon can block it any longer. That's what I feel like. But I had to go through it. to really understand it. Look at this. We have the sun. Sun coming over the Ten of Cups. The sun coming over the Eight of Swords. So first of all, it's illumination of where I'm putting my blockages. And then you look at the sun, and it's the energy of joy. Um, it's coming over the Ten of Cups. I mean, hello. I feel like if I'm doing if I'm doing a business from home, boy, do I have the blessings. Some of you may be attached. Some, for some of this, I feel like it's for my daughter from my son. That's kind of what I feel like. Um, and this would be like, he would be a Leo and 10, October Gen. Um, but I feel a lot more but I want you to know that I also feel that. But I feel there is great success available. But Nine of Pentacles, um, I've got to want that energy. And that is the energy of being independent. And it can bring me all kinds of things. It may bring me home ownership, right? Where for the rest of my life, because again, the world is about the rewards of what you're willing to do to get through something. A lot of times I feel like that's what life is about. It's teaching us how to get through, like how you're going to react and what's the action going to be. So in a way, we're becoming who we are through our own actions. That makes sense. But I feel like the world, nonetheless, is the rewards moving into a time period where it's very spiritual. So maybe it's even a recognition for a lot of you of spirit, of source, like really helping you, and using that, right? You cannot take advantage of it because they want nothing more, and you have to seek it. You have to seek it. So something, I feel like someone is getting some type of sign, and it feels clear. And I don't know, maybe you're ignoring it. Um, Maybe you're not seeing, and I feel like in some way you all know what I'm talking about. Um, a lot of you, I feel like it's like, what are you telling yourself? Because I feel like it's almost like you're lying to yourself. Well, let's keep going. So we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands coming over the world is also very nice, because this is very passionate energy, right? And this has a lot of momentum behind it. So momentum means growth to me. It has this, it has the sun attached to it. It's coming over the world, so spiritual energy. With the Ten of Cups, I mean, I don't know. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is beautiful, which, is touching the Empress a little bit and the world. And this is about generosity. This is about compassion. This is about empathy. How? Why? Because I know how you feel, right? It's like being homeless before and now you're rich, but you keep seeing this homeless person and you want to help. It's coming because you've been there, right? You've walked their shoes, maybe this time, maybe last lifetime, maybe lifetimes ago, but there's something that pulls you, and I felt that right in the beginning where the Emperor and the Empress, individually, but maybe even together, run towards to try to help the victim where a lot may go the other direction. So ultimately, I feel like, you know, you may be having a very hard time right now, and I get it. Um, but it's also about like what you're gaining, the strength that you're gaining, and for some of you, if it's about, like, I say this all the time, if you have doubt about a home business, I feel like, man, don't. Don't. Even if you're a fumbling fool in the beginning, I feel like your people will find you. What's the last card I'm holding? The Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And She's coming next to the Queen of Cups. So they can certainly be the signs that will be together. Some of you, this is the person who is bringing in something in some way. Listen, it can be coming spiritually, it can be coming something that's being put in your hands, it can be a person, it can be an epiphany. But what I feel like ultimately is it changes the path of your life. Now, that doesn't mean all of it, because I do feel like I have a sense of responsibility here, but I have all this I can let go of, that I can fill up with with sunshine, and I can operate from that energy. And when I operate from that energy, look how fast you have the Eight of Wands right about that. Look how fast it spreads, right? Look what's right next to it is the energy of success through your pentacles. What you're willing to do. What it's saying is like the foundation. For some of you, it's getting back to. Some of you, it's something new. But what it's talking about is the foundation. So the foundation is important. I want to make it solid, right? But at the same time, I don't want you to be like worrying that you're a fumbling fool, whatever that means. Because everything here tells me, and some of you may be pairing up with someone in business, or maybe a pairing, and I feel like it's meant to be. Like, don't even worry about it. And it can be someone backing you. I don't know, but I feel like there's something with another person where um, it really feels meant to be, and I have it really relating to like your independence, your ability to then stay independent. Now, when I'm independent, it doesn't mean I don't have children. It doesn't even mean I don't have a husband or a wife. What it means is in this world, I can take care of me. In this world, I can take of me. I can take care of me and what I need to take care of. And there's a sense to that, a um, a sense of stability that you don't know until you have it. You know what I mean? And then once you have it, not to have it again is like, you know what I mean? Anyway, so the sun is bringing all the illumination over what it is. So I feel like really trust yourself also. Trust your intuition and just, if you're speaking, let's say to other people, say you, like, just say it. Um, I feel like no matter what in this reading, what it's saying is people are finding each other who are really like meant to be, right? Because it's harvest time. It is harvest time, and you're being called to recognize that, because there does feel like there's a decision with that. And I feel like your whole life may be decisions, but this feels like a big one. Um, And I know that whatever it is, number one, it's connected to passion and it's connected to cups. So, I mean, you want to talk about fulfillment. But ultimately, for a lot of you, what it's doing is giving you real independence. So, this can certainly talk about a job. Also, talk about love, though, because we have the Four of Cups. I'm sorry, the Four of Wands, which is that, what's the marriage card? But it is that I am making a real commitment here, and I plan on making this commitment for the rest of my life. Then you have the Ten of Cups. So it's almost like it's telling us how it can be, right? But we don't want to fool ourselves and say nothing bad ever happens. Everything will always be good forever. No. What it means is now I have a unit to help me versus having to go singular. Some of you want to stay singular. That's cool also, right? Because you have that independence. If I can do it, and that's what I want, then I should do it. But the world, again, is ultimately saying that the rewards are here, the recognition is here. Um, get get present. Heal what needs to be healed. Look at what needs to be looked at. And ultimately, it really feels things will be illuminated. I do feel like something may change quickly. It feels like it's in your favor. Again, some of you, I feel like, I don't know, like it really gives you this sense of stability. And I do feel like it's coming from an outside source in, but yet at the same time, this may be like, like the angel sent this, right? But it's coming to you physically in some way. Um, and I think I'm going to leave it there because I think I'm starting to fumble it too much. Maybe that's what I meant. Don't be a fumbling fool. Um, Boy, I hope you got this message. And I feel like it's one big message with a ton of little messages in between. But I definitely feel like it's very clear on, if you want to see it. I can't make anyone see it, right? And sometimes you watch a reading and the first time you're like, no, no, it didn't really resonate. Sometimes you don't watch it long enough because it takes a while for it to build up, right? But ultimately, sometimes you might come back 2 months later and it tells you exactly what it is you need to hear at that time. So, and that's trusting yourself. Like, you know, some things, yes, are probably random, but most things aren't. So, you know, congratulations, I think. You definitely want to congratulate yourself when you can see things happening right in front. You see it. You know it to be. And I feel like that's just really what it is. I love you guys. I'm going to shut up now. Happy birthday. Again, please, if you will, go say happy birthday to my daughter Jennifer. She likes to be called Jen. Um, and she's at Jenny Love Tarot. Um, she does readings also. Just so you know, and you'll recognize my desk. If you decide to watch any of her videos, you'll recognize my old desk because I had to leave it there. Um, so, we're very connected, and she reads very much like me, but for a shorter period of time, which probably is a good thing. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Happy birthday. I, I don't know. I think take that chance, take that opportunity, because again, I feel like something's harvesting. Um, Listen to these epiphanies of yours, what you're intuitively guided to. Sure, think about it, but don't overthink it at the same time. Let some of those responsibilities go. Um, think more about you, and I don't mean in a selfish way, but think more about you. Because listen, when you're happy, everyone's happy, right? But I know that there's some self-talk going on, some self-doubt going on. But this son wants to, first of all, wants you to see it, right? Because there's no sense ignoring it, right? But it's like if I see it, then bam, the Ten of Wands is in reverse. Pooh, things start to drop off my shoulders, right? It wasn't a waste of time because ultimately it brings me to the energy of the Six of Pentacles, which is really the same energy of the Emperor and the Empress. Very compassionate, very, I want you to do well. You doing well makes me feel good, that type of thing. And I don't mean foolishly. What I mean is giving back to the world, giving back to someone, giving of yourself, and allowing yourself to receive all that wants to come back to you. It is probably maybe different than you've ever experienced, right? Because it really is, you're allowing yourself to be raw. And when you're raw and naked, you are your authentic self, and it's like, take it or leave it, right? It is who I am. And listen, if you're good enough for God, then who's anybody else to judge you? So, anyways, I love you guys. Thank you as always. Thank you for your subscribes, your likes, your shares, your comments. I love them, love them. Just everything. Have a beautiful month. you know, it's difficult right now, but I'm telling you, you get by. Just pay attention to what's going on. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.